We're Team 8, and we're coming to you from room 2271. And I'd like you to meet our Robochime, Darude von Beethoven.
For our project here, we had to make a Robochime that played music for at least 1 minute. To help us do this, our professors gave us 2 8-foot lengths of wood, 2 10-foot lengths of pipe, 4 solenoids and 2 motors, and a variety of other things in a box. We're not allowed to use anything beyond this box. So we built Darude von Beethoven. He looks the way he does because he's the simplest design we could possibly make, which cuts down on errors and helps us save wood in case we make mistakes with him.
We decided to make our Robochime in a rectangular shape because we felt it would be the simplest to make and we saw no major benefits in using a more complicated shape. We also chose to make it vertical as opposed to horizontal because it severely reduced the amount of tension placed on the string supporting the chimes.
So after arranging our piece, we figured out what frequencies we would need for each chime in order for it to be hit and sound like the right note. So what we did is, using some of the other properties of the tubing we were given, we figured out which length each chime would have to be, cut those lengths, and then drilled holes into the chimes in certain spots to make them resonate better when they were struck.
We create a support bar to house each solenoid and motor on the frame. The solenoids are held in place by recesses in the bar and secured with hot glue. The motor gearboxes are mounted to the bar using nails, and the striker arms hang below the bar, attached to the gearboxes with rubber bands.
For our project here, we had 4 solenoids and 2 motors. Our solenoids work by pulling in the plungers when they're switched on, and then the spring pushes the plungers up when the solenoid is switched off. The plunger strikes the chime and creates a sound. Our solenoids respond faster than our motors, and they're easy to program. That is why our 4 solenoids are on our 4 most used chimes, while our motors are on our 2 least used chimes.
We used Arduino to type out our code, which works with the provided test box to assign electricity to certain wires, which are then connected to our solenoids and motors, and activate or rotate when electricity is powered to them. The main challenge we faced while coding was getting the timings just right. We solved this by looking at the sheet music and assigning variables to the time delay between each note and naming it after the note it applies to.
For the motors, we used the smallest gear ratios we could to promote the fastest swing of the striker arms. Each solenoid plunger was fitted with a paperclip spring, and shape lock plastic was applied to the end to create a less harsh sound when actuated. All the surfaces that strike the chimes are covered with shape lock plastic, which creates a more uniform sound and volume across all notes when each chime is struck.